When did you file? He's got a counterclaim. He says that you filed a complaint against him with the Bar Association. In what month and year?
It was last year. I don't remember the month.
You mean in 2017?
Yes. Or no, I don't remember the date. It might have been 2016.
On what date was the complaint filed against you?
Actually, I don't know, Your Honor. I'll stipulate.
Listen, if you don't know, sir, then I can't deal with your counterclaim. Do you understand? If you don't know, because that's an important thing to me. When he filed a complaint against you, if he didn't file a complaint against you till 2017, something clearly is going on with Mr. Plute that I don't want to have to go into, because maybe it's a medical reason. Maybe there's something wrong with him. I don't know. I know that the courts are not going to attend this ridiculous application, Mr. Plute.
Your Honor, I believe it was filed in 2017 and also dismissed by the bar in 2017, the same year. So the bar threw it out.
Well, you told me that the bar threw it out, but it would be important for me to know whether it was filed in 2016, on or about the time he allegedly paid you a negotiated settlement, or whether he woke up a year later and said, and now I'm going to file a claim against him and make a complaint against him to the Bar Association. Maybe he has nothing else to do.
Excuse me.
So far, you're not losing.
Okay. In November, he did send me an email saying, I'm going to pay you, here, the check's in the mail, but I'm still considering bringing a bar complaint against you. So. In
November of what year?
2016.
Oh. Okay. Can I see that? I would like to see that. Because, Mr. Plute, what your cause of action is to let Mr. Zoffel sue you for his money. And you raise as a defense that you didn't authorize that extra $500 or $600 or $700 or whatever it is, $1,000 worth of work. But you don't pay him and then almost 2 years later decide to sue him for the money back. That's what you're doing today. Am I correct? That you're suing him for the money back, that you paid him.
Well, I had a year from the time that I paid him to file my suit in small claims court, and I did it in that time frame.
I don't care. You don't have the proof that you need. The proof that you need, sir, is the canceled check. And the reason that you don't have the canceled check was because you said it was too long ago. I didn't keep it. That's why you bring an action at the time that the cause of action accrues.
Starts at the bottom, Your Honor.
You agreed to pay me the invoice if I negotiated my fee. I also agreed to hold off taking any action until after you received your inheritance. I lived up to my end of the bargain and even sent you an additional invoice reflecting your concerns. You responded to him, evidently. I'm still not satisfied with your fee. I am considering filing a complaint with the Bar Association about you, which is your right, if you're dissatisfied. My complaint is that you took advantage of my ignorance by taking a case that was never going anywhere and let me believe otherwise. I was not interested in fighting the eviction unless I could vacate the premises, at least in part on my own terms. I've always thought that the best course of action would have been for me to write a personal letter on my behalf. I could have written one too, but the best of my recollection is you never considered this. Where does it say what you told me it was going to say, Mr. Zoffel?
The only part that it was going to say was the fact that he was threatening me with a bar complaint. He said, I may bring one.
Whatever. You were paid.
I was paid.
The rate that you accepted from him was less than the original invoice.
By $1,200.
And that was because he was dissatisfied with the original bill.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you negotiated the original bill with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And how much did he actually pay you? Do you recall?
I believe it was $1,750.
No.
How much?
It was a total of $2,250.
And how many times did you go to court?
I believe just once.
When did he decide to represent himself?
The morning of the hearing, of the second hearing, the eviction.
Did you meet him there in court?
No. I was trying to call him for the 2 or 3 days before court. I called him several times, emailed him. He finally called me the morning of court date, probably at 7:30 in the morning, and told me that he was going to represent himself.
Do you recall that, Mr. Plute?
Yes, but I recall that we had a communication problem that I had decided about a week before that I would be representing myself, and it took a while before the message finally got to him.
Well, that's too bad. Do you think that he went to court not preparing to go to court that day?
I never authorized him to go to court at all.
Just a second, you just told me that you called him 7:30 in the morning on the date of the court proceeding. Why would you call a man 7:30 in the morning and say, I'm representing myself?
I didn't know he was going to go to court.
You're done, sir. Your case is dismissed. We're over.